Hello everyone, Bella here and welcome back to Topless Channel. If you're looking for a challenging gaming experience, survival games on Xbox One offer a variety of options. These games require you to gather resources, manage your character's well-being, craft essential items, and endure harsh environmental conditions. With an ever-expanding genre, there are plenty of fantastic survival games available for Xbox One. We've rounded up a few of the best choices, covering a range of difficulty levels and genres. Valheim is a highly acclaimed survival game in which players assume the role of a recently deceased Viking who is transported to Valheim, a place where Vikings must prove themselves worthy of entering Valhalla. Survival in the game revolves around gathering resources, crafting weapons and tools, building bases, and even farming. Players must also contend with enemies sworn to Odin who threaten their survival. Valheim is currently available for early access on Steam and as a game preview on Xbox Game Pass. It's expected to officially launch on Xbox consoles in 2023, making it a title to keep an eye on.
In a world where terrifying creatures rule the land,
in Grounded, players are reduced to the size of ants and must survive alone or with up to 3 others in a suburban backyard. The game takes place in a dangerous micro-world where players complete quests, explore different backyard biomes, and face aggressive creatures. To survive, players must gather resources, craft tools, build bases, find food and water, and craft armor for protection. Special locations offer new crafting recipes, providing endless gameplay options.
With a few brief tips that will help you get along. The most important one, of course, is don't forget to take your choice.
We Happy Few is set in an alternate European timeline where citizens are forced to take a daily drug that masks the grim reality of the world. Players control protagonists who have chosen not to take the drug, allowing them to see the corruption and horror around them. They embark on quests to uncover secrets, while avoiding drawing attention to themselves. The game emphasizes avoiding combat, as getting caught can lead to trouble. Players must also ensure their well-being by finding food to consume along the way.
Everything can change in an instant, whether or not you're ready.
This wasn't the world I wanted, but it was the one I found myself in.
Fallout 4 offers a survival game experience through its dedicated survival mode. This mode, which is available at the start of a new game, cannot be toggled in the settings once the game has started. It introduces several challenges, such as increased ammunition weight, no fast travel, increased damage, fatigue, and the removal of quick save. In survival mode, the only way to save the game is by sleeping in a bed, making it a more immersive and challenging experience for players. DayZ began as a mod for Arma 2, Operation Arrowhead, and later became a standalone game. In it, players must survive in a fictional post-Soviet republic during a zombie pandemic. Starting with minimal resources, they scavenge items from the map. The game emphasizes human interaction, allowing players to team up or fight each other. Ark: Survival Evolved is a unique game that stands out in the world of dinosaur-themed survival games. It unfolds in a stunning original universe with challenging environments and formidable wildlife. The gameplay includes elements similar to Minecraft as players learn to hunt and gather resources to survive. While it shares crafting mechanics with other survival games, Ark is distinguished by its rich and interactive world, filled with fascinating creatures and opportunities for experimentation, despite some rough edges.
Because surviving here, it's a horror.
Chernobylite is an exceptionally immersive first-person survival game set in the 3D-scanned Chernobyl exclusion zone. Filled with suspense and horror, the game offers a unique experience. Players explore a twisted version of the infamous nuclear power plant while engaging with RPG elements and a non-linear storyline. It offers a gripping and unprecedented immersion into the world of Chernobylite. State of Decay combines elements of survival horror with the challenges of managing unpredictable companions. Set in an open-world environment, the game lets you switch between characters, each with unique abilities, in order to survive. Cooperative play with friends is possible, allowing you to build shelter and gather resources to fight hordes of zombies during dynamic day and night cycles. There are also drivable vehicles, but they use gas and can be damaged by running over zombies or colliding with obstacles. Conan Exiles is an open-world survival game set in the world of Conan the Barbarian, where players create their own unique character. The game begins with the player's character sentenced to death by crucifixion, but Conan saves them, setting the stage for survival in a harsh world. Branded an outcast, players must navigate a brutal wasteland where the weak perish. Survival requires gathering resources, crafting, and fighting a variety of enemies. Players must manage endurance, thirst, and hunger to stay alive in this challenging environment. The Flame in the Flood is a roguelike survival adventure game in which a young girl named Scout navigates a post-flood world by traveling down a river. In this challenging game, players will strive to progress without dying in order to avoid losing their valuable equipment. Fortunately, there's a checkpoint system that allows players to restart from a previous checkpoint rather than starting over and having to recover lost resources. Seven Days to Die is a popular zombie survival game where the world has been devastated by nuclear war, turning most of the population into mindless zombies. Players must survive by finding shelter, food, and water in a wave-based format. Crafting plays an important role, and players have 1 week to prepare their settlement before a zombie horde attacks. Surviving the night allows you to resupply, fortify your base, and make upgrades. Cooperative gameplay is available, allowing players to team up with friends to build and prepare for the challenges ahead. In Don't Starve, players guide a scientist named Wilson through a mysterious and challenging world filled with monsters and supernatural threats. To survive, players must forage for resources during the day and gather essentials such as firewood and food to survive the dangerous night. The game later introduced a multiplayer expansion called Don't Starve Together, which maintained the same gameplay while adding the ability to share the survival experience with friends or random players online.
Hey, sleepyhead. Finally up?
You left already? Well, I was hoping we'd have breakfast together.
Admit it. You thought I forgot your birthday, didn't you?
Exactly what I wanted.
Green Hell is a survival game set in the Amazon rainforest, where players take on the role of Jake Higgins, an anthropologist searching for his missing wife, Mia. Survival is challenging as players navigate the dangerous rainforest, gather information, and maintain their vital signs, including food, water, and rest. The environment poses additional threats, such as encounters with poisonous animals. Neglecting wounds or sleep can lead to hallucinations, adding to the game's immersive and dangerous experience. The Long Dark is a unique first-person exploration game that stands out for its atmospheric and isolating experience. Set in the aftermath of a geomagnetic disaster, players must battle the bitter cold and do whatever it takes to survive. It emphasizes the importance of endurance in an unforgiving environment where survival is a constant challenge. Astroneer is an open-world game with no specific storyline or end goal. Players assume the role of astronauts tasked with building, crafting, and surviving in a shared world. The game features exploration using various vehicles, but presents challenges in the open environment. To ensure the astronauts' survival, players must gather resources such as fuel for spacecraft and maintain a sufficient supply of reserve oxygen tanks.
A kiedy przyjdzie ta także po mnie.
I lived through hell with these people.
This War of Mine offers a unique perspective in the gaming world. Instead of the usual soldier-centric war game, players control a group of everyday survivors trapped in a besieged city. The game focuses on the struggles of civilians trying to survive in a time of war. Players must avoid leaving their building during the day due to danger and must scavenge for resources at night. The main goal is to keep the group alive, but players will face morally challenging decisions as they seek supplies and protect those in their care. No Man's Sky is a remarkable example of a game that has improved significantly over time. Originally a simple space simulation, it has evolved into a much more expansive experience. Players can now seamlessly explore space, build spaceports, and embark on planetary expeditions thanks to improved load times. The game offers a wealth of content, including mech suits, additional ship options, and multiplayer features, making it a far more satisfying and enriching experience than when it was first released in 2016. Minecraft is a world-renowned game known for its endless exploration and creativity. Players build, harvest, and survive in a diverse world filled with creatures. Progression involves managing resources, upgrading bases, and acquiring better tools. Creative mode offers unrestricted building, while the game supports local co-op for 4 players and online multiplayer for up to 8 players. Subnautica is an alien ocean survival game in which the player's ship crashes, leaving him as a lone survivor in a fascinating underwater world. The main plot involves helping an alien race cure a plague by freeing an ancient creature called the Sea Emperor. The game offers several difficulty modes, including survival, hardcore, and creative. In the open-world environment, players explore, gather resources, and interact with fascinating alien creatures in a beautiful underwater setting.
You're on my turf. It would appear I'm far less alone on this planet than I had anticipated. Landing was a bit rough, but I don't think they spotted me.
Subnautica. Below Zero is a remarkable open-world survival game that showcases the Xbox's capabilities by plunging players into the depths of the ocean. This sequel to the 2018 original presents an improved experience. Stranded on an alien planet, players must build bases and gather resources to survive extreme climates and formidable monsters. While the initial challenges are daunting, the satisfaction of finally building impressive underwater bases makes it all worthwhile.